Hey, I hope everyone is having a great day. This is Molo Gaming, and I'm back with another Fortnite video. So in today's video then, guys, we're going to be ranking every single Tier 100 skin in Fortnite. Tier 100 skins are often known as some of the best skins in the game. It's what people are so excited about when a new battle pass is released. And even though I think none of these skins are necessarily very, very bad, one skin does have to come in at the worst position at number 15. And this is going to be a skin that I think a lot of people would expect me to put at number 15. This is Lux. I mean, let's be honest. We all know this should not have been at Tier 100. Most people speculated, including myself, that it was just switched with Blackheart because Blackheart, which is a Tier 1 skin, obviously looks like a Tier 100 skin. It's got that styles, and it definitely fit the theme, and Lux just is a rapper. And Season 8 was a pirate theme. Rappers do not mix with pirates, in my opinion. I mean, I don't really know much about rap, and that's one of the reasons I really don't like this skin that much is because I'm not really into rap, but it just should not have been a Tier 100 skin, and most people think that they just switched it because people were wanting to have a female Tier 100 skin, which, I mean, we've had some great female Tier 100 skins, but they should have just waited to give us an actual good female Tier 100 skin rather than just switching it with the skin that obviously should have been at Tier 100, which is Blackheart. But without the problem that it shouldn't have been at Tier 100 skin, I think it's actually a really good skin. If they would have just put it at Tier 1 or even in the item shop, I think it would have been a way better skin just because it really doesn't fit that position. It's not cool and exciting like all the other skins. But coming in, guys, at number 14, this is going to be a skin that I don't think is really that much better than Lux, but again, it's not really bad. This is going to be the Season 3 Tier 100 skin Reaper. Some people might be mad at me for putting it so low because it's an OG skin, but I'm not ranking these skins on how old they are. I'm ranking on them on how cool I think they look, and the Reaper is just a man in the suit, and I get it, it's John Wick, but we actually saw the official John Wick skin, which has two different styles and just looks a whole lot cooler. So the Reaper just really doesn't compare anymore. It's just a guy in a suit. And it really came down to, did I like a guy in a suit or a rapper? Which one would I rather play? For which one got number 14 and number 15? But I think the Reaper is just slightly better because I would rather play as a guy in the suit rather than a rapper. And number 13, guys, this also might upset the OGs. This is going to be the Black Knight. Compared to all the Knight skins that we've seen in Fortnite, again, I just really don't think this one can compare. I mean, we've seen the Ultimate Knight, we've seen the Eternal Knight, and we've seen the Dark Red Knight. Those skins are just a lot better. They have more detail, they're just more cool looking, and they have more styles. This skin, the only reason people think it's good is because it's rare. Like, if we were to see the Black Knight in a modern season as the Tier 100 skin, people would be very disappointed, but because it's so old, people think it's so great. I mean, a lot of people think this is the best skin in the game, but I don't even think it's nearly one of the best Tier 100 skins in the game. I actually think it's probably one of the weakest. But like the other skins that I've talked about, I don't think it's really bad. It's just a little bit boring. There's not a lot of coolness to the skin. It's just a Knight skin, which we've seen a lot, and this was the first ever Knight skin, so we should give it some credit for that, because without the Black Knight, we wouldn't have seen the Eternal Knight or the Ultimate Knight, which in my opinion are better skins and that we're going to see later up on this list. Coming in, guys, at number 12, I think this is actually a huge step up from the other Tier 100 skins that I've talked about. It's going to be Dire. Dire definitely fit the season 6 because that season was Halloween themed, and Dire is obviously a werewolf, and I think it's a pretty good skin. I think the main problem with Dire and what's making me not put it as high on the list is the base style is using just the Jonesy model, and it's really nothing else. I mean, that just seemed a little bit lazy. Like, maybe they could have came up with a new model like they did with Ragnarok or Drift. They just used Jonesy and put some fur on him, and even though I think the base version is definitely the weakest, it does become better slowly. Wearing just an outfit, he has some fur, and then he turns into a sick-looking werewolf. The backbling that goes with him, Wolfpack, I think is also really great. One of my favorite sword backblings in the game. And Wolfpack is just a really, really good skin, but I think some of the other ones that I'm going to be talking about later are just overall better skins. At number 11, this is going to be a skin that I really wish I could put higher. I just really can't. This is going to be the Ice King. The Ice King is not really as popular as it should be just because it's very bulky, but that type of thing really doesn't bother me because this guy seriously looks like a Sith Master. I mean, he has that look to it, especially the black and red edit style. That style looked really sick with Kylo Ren's lightsaber back in Chapter 2, Season 1, when they had the Star Wars crossover, because he just looks like a Sith guy, and I'm really into Star Wars. You guys probably know that if you watch a lot of my videos. And Ice King, I just think, is a really, really silk-looking skin. It's very, very unique. I mean, we really hadn't seen anything like this before, and it definitely fit the theme of Season 8, which was winter, because this guy is the Ice King. And I think it's just a really, really good skin, and one that I think I would definitely use over some of the other skins that I've already talked about. But coming in, guys, at the number 10 position, this is going to be Midas. I think some people may have wanted me to put this higher because currently, as I'm recording this video, it's the most popular skin in the game. I just think Midas needs a little more customization. I mean, it's just a guy in a suit, but it's more than that because he's got the gold look to him. He's got a lot of detail on him, and I think the base version is probably my favorite. I just think they should have done some more options for him. One of my ideas was maybe they should have had a built-in emote for Midas that turned him into Oro, because Oro, I think, is obviously based off of Midas, or maybe just have made the Midas Rex version an edit style, because I personally actually think that Midas Rex and Oro are better than Midas, because they're a little bit cooler, and Midas Rex, I think, just is a skin that I would rather use. And I still use Midas now and then, but just compared to the other skins, I don't think I can put it any higher. But still, regardless, it's a really great skin. At the number 9 position, this is actually going to be the Eternal Knight. I think she's a really, really good skin. It wasn't a very unique skin, because at least the Ultimate Knight, like, it completely redid the Black Knight. It looked completely different, but the Eternal Knight was just basically that as a female skin. And I'm not a huge fan of the spikes, but it still is just a really, really good skin. I just would rather use the Ultimate Knight over Eternal Knight, and that's why I really can't put it any higher. But regardless, it's a really great skin. I mean, this is how you do a female tier 100 skin. Not like Lux, who's just a rapper. No, you make a sick-looking Knight skin. And I'll admit, maybe it shouldn't have been as a Season 3 tier 100 skin, because the Season 3 theme wasn't really Knights. It was like water, and this isn't really a water skin. So I think they might have just thrown it in there because they ran out of ideas, which was a little bit stupid. Maybe it should have been in the item shop for 2,000 V-Bucks, because it was definitely a skin that we needed, a female version of the Ultimate Knight. I just don't think we really needed another Knight at the tier 100 position, and that's why I'm not putting it any higher than it already is. At number 8, guys, this is going to be the female tier 100 skin for this season. This is going to be Spire Assassin, which I think is a super, super cool skin. I mean, it's such a unique skin, and a lot of people really want it to have more styles. I'm one of them, but we saw in the trailer that it is probably going to get more edit styles, and I think that would be really cool. I think gold armor and red flames would look really good on the skin, because right now it just has that one edit style. But even with that one edit style alone, I still think it's a really good skin. I mean, it has so much detail, all the little pieces of armor on it. It's just a really sick looking skin, and I'm so excited to get it this season. I'll have to start grinding for XP so I can get it, because it's definitely a skin that I'm going to be using in the future. It's just so great. And this is how you do a female tier 100 skin. This is how you do it. At the number 7 spot, guys, this is going to be the first tier 100 skin for Chapter 2. This is going to be Fusion. Some people may have not expected me to put it so high. I just think Fusion is just a really, really great skin. It's very unique, and its 3 edit styles are pretty unique. Different color options, different options for the mask, and I think all 3 edit styles are equally good. I tend to use the first one more, but it's just such a great skin. Very unique. The pickaxe and backbling that goes with him are also really cool. And unlike Midas and Eternal Knight, it's a skin that I've kept on using a lot. I'd say I definitely use it more than those two, because it's a really, really good looking skin. And it was probably one of the first male tier 100 skins that people respected for being slimmer, because the Fortnite community really doesn't like big bulky skins, and this skin is pretty thin, and I sometimes do like that in a skin. And we sometimes don't see that as much in male skins, and I think Fusion definitely has that, because it's a really, really good skin, and one that I'm going to continue to use in the future. At number 6, guys, this is going to be the tier 100 skin for Season 5. This is Ragnarok. To this day, I think Ragnarok is still a really, really, really great skin. It was very unique. He has skull armor, and then he's kind of based around ice. It's It was pretty unique at that time, and I'd say it's actually better than Drift in my opinion. It was probably my favorite skin from Season 5. I mean, Drift definitely isn't a bad skin, but Ragnarok is just a really good one, Tier 100 skin, and it's one that I'm very upset that I don't have, because I would definitely use it if I have it. It has a lot of different customization while he slowly progresses. I think one of the downfalls to this skin, and maybe what makes it not go as high as I would do with if it did have different color options, I think that would have been smart. I think a red edit style for Ragnarok would be really good, and it would definitely fit the skin to have some red flames and stuff. But coming in, guys, at the number 5 position, on what I consider to be the 5th best Tier 100 skin in Fortnite, this is going to actually be last season's Tier 100 skin, Menace, which you're currently watching gameplay of. Menace is a really good looking skin. Maybe it could have used some more color options, kind of like Ragnarok, but it was very unique. I mean, I'm definitely glad that we have a gladiator skin. I think it's definitely something we need, and now that I look back, I'm like, why didn't we see this before? It's such a great idea, and I think it's a skin that I've kept using. I have still used it this season, as you've seen in the gameplay. It's got a lot of different customization for the different armor pieces, and I'm really glad they did that, because we don't always see so much customization in skins, and in my opinion, the more customization, the better, and if it didn't have all that customization, I might not have put it as high as I did now. Coming in, guys, at number 4, this is going to be the Season 9 Tier 100 skin, Vendetta. Vendetta he looks like a futuristic villain, and I think it's a really good skin. It's one that a lot of people, again, really don't like because it's so bulky, but that kind of thing doesn't matter to me. I mean, this guy's got drip. He's got all the different customization. He's just a sick-looking skin. Lots of different color combinations for him, and he's a skin that's really easy to make combos for. And I think it should be more liked as a skin, because to this day, I think it can really compare in the competition to be one of the best Tier 100 skins in the game of Fortnite. Coming in, guys, at number 3, this is going to be Iron Man. Iron Man was a skin that a lot of people really wanted to see in Fortnite, and I was pretty glad that we had a Season 4 theme of Marvel and the Battle Pass included. I might not want to see any fully collaboration Battle Passes anytime soon, but it definitely was needed for that time, and Iron Man was definitely worthy of being the Tier 100 skin for a Marvel Battle Pass. I mean, he's one of the main characters of Marvel. He's a really good-looking skin. The base version of Iron Man is just Tony Stark. I mean, technically this skin is called Tony Stark, but if you do that built-in emote, you can turn to Iron Man, and I think the Iron Man version is obviously better, because Tony Stark is just kind of a guy in a plastic suit. I mean, it's cool and all, I sometimes use it, but the Iron Man is definitely cooler looking, and it was a skin that I'm really glad that we see, and I'm going to continue to use in the future. He's really good for making combos, and it's a really great Marvel skin. It's currently my favorite Marvel skin. Sometimes I think Black Panther is better, but currently at this time I still think it's probably the best in the game. At second place, guys, this is going to be the skin that I think is the best Knight skin in the game, and by a long shot, this is going to be the Ultimate Knight. The Ultimate Knight, what I liked about it wasn't just a direct replica of the Black Knight with just a slight differences. I mean, it was completely unique. The helmet looks completely different. It actually has 2 options for the helmet. I think the second one is better, where he looks like the more classic Knight that we know from the Black Knight. But none of them are really bad, and it's just a skin that I'm really gutted I didn't have, because I didn't really play that much in Season 10, because the actual season altogether with gameplay and everything was really bad. I mean, the mechs and all, everybody hates mechs. But the skins from that season were really good, and it's actually probably only my 3rd favorite skin from Season 10, but it still is just such a great Tier 100 skin, and that's why I put it in at 2nd place. But coming in, guys, at 1st place, the moment you've all been waiting for. Coming in, guys, at the number 1 position, this is going to be Omega. Omega was released in the Season 4 Battle Pass. It was one of the first skins to have edit styles, and to this day, I still think it's the best Tier 100 skin in the game. It's probably been my favorite since its release, and I don't think really anything can beat it. It's got different color options for the lights and everything. You had to really grind back in Season 4 in order to get them. And maybe I think it should have had a white armor style and maybe some different color options. But even without that, I still think that no other Tier 100 skin can really compare. I mean, you got the max version with all the cool looking armor, and then you also have the base version for people who don't really want to have a big bulky skin. I mean, it's a skin that the Fortnite community still tends to really love and enjoy. And it's a skin that, again, I'm really gutted that I don't own, because it would be one that I would use a lot, and the people that I know who have it, they also really enjoy it. So that's why I put it in at number 1. So that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just ranked every single tier 100 skin that we've seen in Fortnite. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.